So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. And we ain't got any transfer news to talk about, unfortunately, guys, because our club's decided they can't be bothered today, or for the last 33 days before today. Yay. But we did absolutely hammer and humiliate Man City yesterday, which was nice. We've got plenty to talk about. Newcastle coming up on Wednesday as well. Jez, how's your Monday been, mate? I bet it's been a lot happier than previous Mondays.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think it is quite funny, though. I've seen some people, the usual idiots out there in the world that, well, we don't need a striker. We had 5 different goal scorers yesterday. I just believe, I'm sorry, but if we had a proper striker yesterday, that could have been 7-1. 7-1. Yeah, okay, let's put it right. And I've got, well, we talked about it last night. Man City in that second half were absolutely put to the sword. Absolutely put to the sword. Kenny, you were there, you know it better than me. But what I saw on the TV was a team that just ripped the script up. When it went 1-1, they ripped it up and said, no, we ain't losing today. We're not doing this again. We're not going to do what we did at the Etihad. All right, albeit we had 10 men. They just said, nah, we're going to take you apart. And respect, they did. And great performance against the team that has started to come back in to a little bit of form. Man City, I'm talking about. And we absolutely killed them. To the point where when I was watching it at 4-1, Pep Guardiola he didn't know what to do. He was doing an Arteta. He was like, what do I do? What do I do? It's too late by then. The game was done and dusted. Brilliant performance. Can we take it over on Wednesday night up at Newcastle? I hope so, because Newcastle are having a bit of a wobbly time right now. You know, they've had a few dodgy results. So, yeah, well done, boys, yesterday. You absolutely arse-wiped the Man City crew. And you can all walk back to the Etihad with your tail between your legs because, yeah, I say no more. I say no more.
Yeah, Kenny, you was there. You had not a bird's eye view. You had a brilliant view, in fact, of all the goals, especially Ethan's one. You were bang in line with that, and 29's goal as well. Even Skelly's goal, that was probably the closest one to you, wasn't it, on that side? But the atmosphere looked rocking. Haaland looked rattled. How's your Monday, mate?
My Monday's been fantastic because, as you know, me and you, and quite all of us have witnessed Man City giving us a few shallakins and basically patting us on the head like we're little boys, battering us, cup finals, League Cup final 2018, 3 days later smashed us and just beating us home and away and just looking levels above us. But yesterday, we took the mentors, like I said, the blueprint from Sporting Lisbon when they played them, put the blueprint for PSG, and even dare I say that lot down the road where you just think, just go at them, press them, press them, press them. They'll make mistakes, leave gaps, boom. There's a lot of goals in it for us, and I'm really happy that when we went 2-1 up, we didn't try to manage the game out. We just went boom, went at them, and that's the best thing. Of the day, I really enjoyed myself. In terms of like us getting players in, well, I could have told you. I told you that in December at the beginning of this month. It's not about getting anyone in. The main stumbling block to that is Mikel, because if he doesn't want to play, doesn't rate him, he's not coming. So until Mikel rates a player, we're going to have to play a very waiting, frustrating game, and even that goes far as this summer.
No, absolutely spot on. Matty, doing breakdancing yesterday, getting the WWE belt out, world champion and that. Do you know what I mean? How's your Monday been? You're on mute, man.
There we go. It's been an eventful Monday. Excited, thrilled, elated. I laid down last night and it felt good. You know, felt like old times. Felt like 20 years ago when we used to rough up City back in the day. We needed that win yesterday, gentlemen. We needed that big time. These players needed this, needed that. Everybody needed it. Gunasaurus needed it. The dog needed it. The janitor needed it. Everybody in the football club needed that win yesterday. But here's a but. It is officially 24 hours later. It is just stated we've got a big game coming on Wednesday, and it don't look like anybody's coming through the door. You can't say we didn't warn you. We told you that probably not sign anybody. And I've been saying it that if we were going to sign somebody, we would have already had them. I'm mighty afraid that we're going to have another missed opportunity to build off of something like yesterday. And they're going to go back to where we beat City. Yeah, that's all good and well, but we still have the same issues going into this transfer window, coming right back out of the transfer window that we had going into it. We are still short. We're still an injury or two away from capitulation. I don't care who they tell you today on Twitter who is coming back into this team. There's two other players that can go right back out of the team, and you're still right back in the same situation you was in before. There's no hiding and running from it. You're not going to be able to hide and run from not having those reinforcements that we need. And it's a disgrace and it's a shame that this ownership and that this manager has allowed another transfer window to pass us by and not get what we need so that we can go to May and then say, well, we were short, man. You know, if we'd have had this, if we'd had that, if we had this, if we had that. And then they'll say, well, you know what? Get ready. We're going to sign everybody with the massive war chest in the summer, but don't worry about it. We beat City 5-1, so that means we're on the right path. That's what they're going to tell you. So you heard it right here. I'm just letting you know, get ready for it. Other than that, the win yesterday was outstanding. Skelly and Ethan and Warren need to be mainstays in this team. And when Soccer comes back, just simply move him out to the left, leave Winery over there, and let's just roll what we got, you know? It was good to see, man. It was really good to see that they went away from the manager's game plan. I saw a person there in the comments last night. Lee, I went and checked the comments on everybody's fan cam. You know, I just kind of like peruse to see what the temperature of the room. And somebody said, "Oh well, these guys wasn't watching the game. Arteta, he gave the directions in the locker room." And I said, "No. If you've been watching Arteta long enough, you saw it. As soon as the first goal went in, we saw what was going on there. He came out, wanted to try to sit back again. Thank goodness Thomas scored. And then after that, the guys looked among themselves, say, you know what? Now, we're not even going to chance it. We're just going to go ahead and try to have a go at it. And it paid off. And that if they do that again on Wednesday, we'll see. Well, maybe we can get a goal or two early and see what we can do. But, make the most of it. Enjoy it. It's time to move on to the next.
Facts. Yeah, big up. Listen, there's 600 people in there. Get these likes up, guys. Smash these like buttons up. All the lads' socials are pinned. Jez's channel, Arsenal History and more. Matty's Southern Gooner and Kenny's Instagram, KennyKen1972. Big up to Joshua. Not bad. Rejected FC getting players in. Yeah, Spurs have got what, 2 players in? I think Spurs have signed 2 now. They signed, they signed 3. They signed a goalkeeper as well, didn't they, early?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, no, they've signed 3 players. 3 players.
Yeah.
And we've signed no one. This is crazy.
We've let a player go out on loan to Bromley.
Yeah, Maldini.
Some little young lad from the academy.
Yeah, we sold Salah Eddin from our academy. He's been on the bench a few times this season. He's gone to Roma, €8 million. And we got rid of, Aiden Heaven. Heaven and Maldini are gone, lads. And Salah's gone as well. Yeah. 3 of our bench players at some points this season. So the bench, we'll have a couple of other players sat on the bench from the academy now instead. But big up Joshua, bro. Big up to Riku. Did you see AFTV grew with the Stay Humble kit, eh? I did see that. Jesus Christ. I prefer not to speak, guys. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, guys. Big trouble, guys. Imagine buying that. That's crazy. Anyway, big up to you, bro. Big up to Luke. Can't wait for the crap Arteta comes out with in tomorrow's press conference about how we tried to sign someone. But it was difficult. Sick of the lies. If we don't get anyone, let's start with this before we go back to the good parts of the game and that yesterday, and what we liked out of it. Yeah? if we don't sign anyone, he's going to come out in this press conference tomorrow, and I reckon he's going to sit there and say, "Well, listen, we did have targets, but unfortunately weren't available this window."
Mhm.
You know, then all the newspapers will be putting it out there. All these journalists will be putting out, Isak in the summer, £125 million. Zubimendi's already locked in. They've already told us that. So Zubimendi's coming, apparently. Yeah, and Nico Williams. So we're going to get the spin. Yeah, then we have Ornstein out there. We'll be posting, well, Arsenal did go in for a bid for this player. Yeah, but it was such a hard work deal to do in January because they didn't want to lose their top guy and blah, blah. The same old spin. Well, what do you make of this window, Jez? Because on one side, I'm looking at it thinking, well, I'm glad he ain't got any money. Coach your way out of it. But then on the flip side of it, I'm thinking, well, this kind of shows the lack of intent from the football club when they're that close again.
Yeah,
like 3 years in a row now.
I totally endorse what you just said. Personally, sitting here looking, what I'm watching Deadline Day now on Sky, and yeah, the lights are out at the Emirates. Everybody's gone home. They've got their feet up on the sofa, and they're going to sit there and do whatever. But no, I'm quite happy he hasn't bought anyone. I don't trust him. I do not trust him. We would possibly have bought some unknown defender, right? Not doing what we needed to do. So that's one bonus. But yes, it just shows an absolute lack of ambition, if you ask me. That you just beaten Manchester City 5-1. Absolutely took them to the cleaners in the second half. Destroyed them to the point they looked like they didn't know what to do. And the players were on it. They were going for the throat. And that showed great ambition. But what I don't see from the club is any ambition. Because if they really, really believed that we could go on now, bearing in mind we've got to play Liverpool and actually overtake them and win this. And I've seen people have commented to me, well, if we don't win, does it really matter? Or if we win, does it matter? Well, where's your ambition then? Where is your belief? You people call us out all the time. So where's your belief? Because that is the problem in this club. There is no ambition. At the end of the day, what we saw yesterday was an absolute sheer and absolute brilliant display against Manchester City. Yeah, they're not the team they were last season. I get that. But we still had to do the job, and we did the job. But I do not trust this manager with any more money. I don't believe he'd have got the right players in. I really don't. So, sitting here, as I am very happy, and I will say that for anybody who says, oh, you're just being miserable. No, I'm not. I'm a realist. I've seen this all so many times before with different managers at Arsenal Football Club. It's the Arsenal way. We don't invest at the right time with the right players to get it over the line. Probably the only manager that did, as we talked about last week, Kenny, was Bertie Mee. George Graham, to a point. He didn't have a lot of money to spend. Arsene Wenger did, and he built the amazing teams. But I don't trust this guy. I think he's an absolute narcissist, and I don't believe any big name player, if we could have got one, would want to play for him anyway. So we are what we are. We go on until we see what happens on Wednesday night. And if we capitulate against Newcastle, let's put it right, that ain't going to be an easy game. Hasn't been an easy game up there for us for 4 years. So we've got to go and do what we did yesterday. And the team, don't listen to Arteta. Do what you did in that second half. Rip the script up and go and kick the shit out of Newcastle. I don't mean physically, but outplay them.
No, do that as well. Fuck them.
Well, yeah.
Joe Linton does it to everyone every time he plays, mate.
Yeah. So
Make him a taste of his own medicine, Jez.
That's my look at it. At the end of the day, is the fact that we just got to go there with what we got. We're not, the lights are out at the Emirates now. We ain't getting nobody, and the only people there is probably the security, and they're not going to be signing anyone, are they? So nice work, Arsenal. Nice work.
Kenny, what do you make of it? Because, you're in the ground. You hear what the rumblings are next year. And you said on your fan cam yesterday about the geezer next year's just had enough of our striker. He's done with him. But it's the general consensus we need a striker. Is everyone saying that? Because online, it's a general thing. But in the stadium, is it all like that? Or are they just trusting the fact that we're scoring goals still?
No one's bought into it. No one bought to it last season, even though we scored a lot. We scored, was it 91 goals last season? No one bought into it because we're very much in the, on the side of Henry, and we're following his thinking. The fact is let's be honest. The reason why Man City took the title off us in 2023 and 2024 because they had Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland in the league up until the beginning of this season scored 60. I believe he scored 66 goals in 63 appearances. That's made a difference. This season, as we speak, Mo Salah has got 21 goals. He scored his 20th and 21st goals against Bournemouth on Saturday. Despite the fact that, we smashed Man City 5-1 yesterday, Mo Salah is clearly making a difference in terms of the goals column. Now, you look at our strikers. Yes, it's nice if the goals get, shared around and we're second in terms of goals scored to Liverpool. But that's second. Us being second in terms of goal scoring charts, Liverpool is basically 6 points. And let's not forget they got a game in hand as well. So I think if we had a striker and we had other players chipping in with goals, we'll be up and away in terms of winning the league in the last 2 seasons. That really has made a difference. And it's all well and good Mikel saying, I want to get the right man in and the right man. That's fair enough. But Kai Havertz isn't the right man. Yes, Kai Havertz scored, but you saw the downside of having Kai Havertz as our main man up top. It's that chance which he just put wide where he didn't really want to, take the responsibility. He actually was looking for a player to pass to. Let's not forget the first goal. Kai Havertz could have gone himself, but he didn't. He decided to sub his mate Odegaard, which is well and good. We scored, but would you see Mo Salah doing that, trying to square it for Odegaard, or when he has that chance, he's going to square it? Would you see Haaland doing it? The one chance Haaland he scored. Now they lost 5-1, but that's the difference between a top striker and the player that we got up top, and it showed. Yes, we're jumping up and down, we're bouncing, but not every team's going to be as open as Man City. I said to my good friend Mohammed yesterday, let's press them from the front. We press them into mistakes. We'll go. We have clear chances that we will be able to put away. First 90 seconds, boom, we did that. But Newcastle's going to be a different kettle of fish, and I think all the teams we're going to play, they're not going to be open like Man City. They're not going to be as good as Man City in terms of the players, they have at disposal in terms of, attacking areas. But defensively and shape-wise, we will find teams more difficult to break down than Man City, even if we do let off the shackles. And a striker would make a difference. So don't blame the board because the money's there. Have a look at Mikel Arteta. The only way you can blame the board is if the board had gone up to Mikel Arteta and said, look, you spent over £200 million last season. You're going to have to make, like I said, savings by means of that goings. That's the only thing you can hold the board responsible. Anything else, you can't hold the board responsible. It is well-known fact at Arsenal. We discussed it amongst ourselves at the ground that Mikel Arteta has got his eyes set on one player and one player only, and that's Sesko. It's either Sesko or no one. The Ollie Watkinson thing was just laughable because, let's face it, you've known about the guy for 5 years, and you've been married in the 5 years that Ollie Watkins has been at Aston Villa. You've been Arsenal manager. You've seen how he scores goals repeatedly against us home and away.
Mm.
So why is it? Why was he a viable option last week when he wasn't a viable option 5 years ago? Clearly PR, clearly BS.
Yeah, absolutely facts, mate. I totally agree. Like, I look at it and I just think, like, you know, Fabrizio's now apparently saying, big summer. We've got something big planned in the summer. Yeah, cool. You also said we're in for this player and that player, and keep your eyes on this, and Ollie Watkins this, and Ollie. You're telling me we can't get Ollie Watkins? Like, real talk. No disrespect to Aston Villa, they're a big club, yeah. Right? We're Arsenal Football Club, third biggest club in the country. Yeah, we're in a title race apparently. Well, points wise, we are as it stands. Yeah, we've been close twice, and you're telling me we ain't got 60 million quid to give Aston Villa. Yeah, and if they want to keep him, cool, keep him. Yeah, just get the player to get unsettled. He can force his way out of there. He's an Arsenal fan, apparently. All right, it just winds me up. We could have gone in for Gyökeres today, £80 million. Bang, job done. Yeah, we could have gone in for any player with a release clause today. And what have we done? We could have done it for the last 30 days. But, mate, you said at the start of the window we ain't going to sign anyone. And here we are with 4 hours 14 minutes of the transfer window ago. And we ain't signed anyone.
No, and it's unfortunately because we went through this last year, the year before that, and the year before that. And the year before that, if you want to go trying to get into the Champions League when we need to get reinforcements. This is a reoccurring theme and a problem. We tend to just do enough. And just doing enough is just to do enough. It's not to go above and beyond. You're looking at teams, you know, me and you were talking earlier this morning. People, they're going to sell Ollie Watkins. I tell you. I said, Ollie Watkins is not going anywhere. I said, they're loading the cupboard up to go for a trophy this year, whether it's the Champions League or FA Cup, and to get back in European competition for Aston Villa. Look at Spurs, 3 players. Look at some of these other clubs players moving around, and then we're sitting here again within an arm's length of first, and we're still sitting here going right back down the same road we went down last year. And if anybody wants to challenge it, go back, and you'll go back to March, April. You'll hear me, Kenny, Jez, Lee start talking about where we're short at, and then it ultimately ends up being the problem that probably is going to cost us down the line. That we are still players short in this team. 22 players are still in this team, and we've got 2 out. So we're 20 players into this team. We made it to the Champions League, but like I was telling Lee this morning, woe be unto us and the teams that we when you expand the bracket on that side and look at the teams that we can face, and if we don't have adequate striking, we're in trouble. Yeah, Havertz scored yesterday. That's cool. I'm happy for him. He needed to go. Because that first miss yesterday is what you cannot do when you're in a game like come Wednesday, because everything needs to go in the back of the net come Wednesday. And then we start this Champions League and going forward. Lee brought up a great point this morning to me. We have not had a series of back-to-back wins in the Premier League. That's because we've been inconsistent. Where have we been inconsistent at? Scoring. Yeah, we beat City yesterday. That's great. But what happens when we roll up against a Bournemouth, or we roll up against the teams that we tend to struggle with that play low blocks? What happens when we play Everton again? West Ham again? Things are going to be a lot different, and we don't have players that can score right on a dime. You know, Wanera's still going to have growing issues. He's only 17, so I don't expect the best from him. He's a good player, but I'm not looking for him to lead this team to the promised land. You know, that's a lot. You know, Skelly, promised land. Saka coming back off a major injury. I'm definitely not looking for him to come in and light it up. You know, Odegaard is here or there. You know, Trossard's here or there. Nelly's here or there. You know, I mean, the defenders can only score for so long. I mean, we're gonna keep going down that road. Defenders keep scoring. We are playing a dangerous game, gentlemen, going into this February, March, April. February and March and April are going to be critical months for this football team. And I'm telling you, we're going to look back at this transfer window in this year, Lee, Jez, and Kenny. It won't just be us, man. We'll be sitting here kind of like saying, I told you so. It's going to be all of the Arteta ends that's going to be mad this go around. They're going to be upset, mad, and punching the air and swinging around and throwing stuff around in their bedroom because they're going to be upset because this football club didn't do what was required. But we've seen this before. We saw this last year, Lee. We said right here on the same show, and we were saying we need reinforcements, and we didn't get reinforcements. And now we're paying the price for it again. And come the end of this month, we'll be looking back at it again, going, well, we had a striker, But see, that's the only problem with games like yesterday is that it papers over the cracks, and people go, "Oh, you get that dopamine rush. You get excited. Oh yeah, man, we're there." Nah, we still got some problems. There's still some issues there that need to be rectified. And trust me, 3.5 hours ain't enough time to do it.
Nah, facts, absolutely facts. Let me grab these super chats real quick. Big up to everyone locked in. There's 1,000 people in here. Also, big up for a 115. We got 115,000 subs the day we beat a team with 115 charges. How ironic. But big up to Harvey. Now try being a Liverpool fan. Our owners are allergic to signings. Well, the one thing I will say about Liverpool is when they do sign a player, more often than not, they tend to do well. And you don't really go out and spend stupid money on a player. I know you've done money on Darwin Núñez, and that ain't really worked out, has it? But other than that, you normally get it right, and you've got it right again with your manager by the looks of it. Last two managers you've had in there, our fans would have turned their nose up at both of them. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I hear it, bro. Only Chiesa signed, and he's barely used him. It's mad. Big up, bro. Big up MSC. I'd say I will use the "Did you see how convincing we won yesterday? We don't need anyone else to shame this bastard."
True.
Yeah, he'll be sat in that press conference tomorrow, absolutely waffling if we don't sign anyone today. And he knows he's going to get a few questions thrown at him about it. Big up to Tritania as well. 29 mistells are all we need. A clinical finisher. It has cost us in games. It'll cost us in the future. Sign a forward. You might have a chance to win the Prem. And this is the thing, yeah. It's all well and good that he scored yesterday, and well done to him. He needed a goal. But if he scores that goal to make it 2-0, the game ain't 1-1. It would have been 2-0. They ain't coming back into it at 2-0. We would have took all the wind out of their sails inside 10 minutes. Yeah, and that's the difference. We were still in that game, or they were still in that game, sorry, up until Partey scored. Yeah, and when was that? 60th minute? Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't have been that close. Yeah, and that's the difference between a decent player and a fucking elite player. But anyway, big up to you, bro. And I just want to highlight this guy's comments because he's put them in quite a lot. You want a 30-year-old Watkins for more than 60 million. Ollie Watkins has just turned 29. Not that his age has got anything to do with it, because we signed Ian Wright when he was 29 or 28. Signed Aubameyang when he was 29, 28. I can't get what the point of the age thing is. How old's Cristiano Ronaldo? How old's Modric? How old's Thomas Partey? One of the best players on the pitch yesterday. Yeah, there's plenty of players. These people think as soon as you hit 30, you're out of date. Yeah, and not only that, it's not my money, mate. Yeah, and I'd rather have 60 million quid, on Ollie Watkins than 60 million quid on the geezer we got up front now. Yeah, and I guarantee Watkins won't be nicking 280 a week. Yeah, and he's then put another comment in. It's about the fifth comment. I highlighted a couple of them. If we spent 80 million on Watkins, you'd be crying tomorrow about how we overpaid. No, I wouldn't. And I've also said, I don't really care if we get Ollie Watkins or not, because the way we play football, he won't suit us. Then we sit on the edge of people's penalty boxes pretty much all game. I know we didn't yesterday, but that's Man City we were playing. But 9 times out of 10, we're camped on the edge of a penalty box. What's Ollie Watkins going to do? He don't really win headers that often, does he? It's not like you watch Ollie Watkins goals and he's banging bullet headers in every week. Yeah, it's in one-on-one with a defender. They're dropping a shoulder and whipping it in. So, yeah, Ollie Watkins, I don't care, mate, whether we get him or not. Yeah, and I don't believe we were in for him anyway. Yeah, it was just a great PR exercise. He's an Arsenal fan. We need a striker. Yeah, I know. Let's go for Ollie Watkins. Let's put that story out there. These men are storytellers. Yeah, David Ornstein's been muddied again today, by the way. Yeah, this guy's got mudded a few times over the last couple of days. Yeah, but then like they cover their backside. Oh, as of the moment I'm recording this, but things could change. Yeah, absolute rubbish. Get out of it, man. These men are supposed to be the top boys in the industry. Anyway, let's go back to the game. I'm going to go bathroom, let Jez go. Jez, our goalkeeper kept us in it yesterday.
Yeah.
But Thomas Partey outstanding, Rice outstanding, great performances. But them two kids we got through the academy, mate, they're different. Wow. They are different. To be that young, yeah, and it was funny because I watched a highlight back, I think it was 36 passes before he even scored. Yeah, and Rice had already seen it, just crossed that ball straight out to him. And he was calling for the ball about 5 or 6 times before that, and it never went out to him. Yeah, he was that desperate to score because we've seen him do that before. We've seen him do it in training as well. Yeah, but he's got that left foot whip shot. Yeah, and then Skelly, even without the goal, yeah, that's not an easy team to play against, whether they're crap or not at the minute. They're not the City they once were. But that for 18 years old and 17 years old to come on just light the whole place up, mad, isn't it? Mad, isn't it, Jez?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I said to you last night, one thing we could have done today, Arsenal could have done, was actually bring that young lad in, Lewis Skelly, I'm talking about, and Ethan, and said, right, we're giving you a new contract, 3 years, 4, 5 years, whatever, and we're upping your money. I think they've earned it. I think they deserve it. I gave Lewis Skelly the man of the match yesterday. I thought he was outrageously good. And I had to think, well, Partey also I thought was unplayable at times. That through ball he passed out to Martinelli. Straight through their midfield. Absolutely awesome pass. But no, we don't. You know, well, I'm sorry, we got to tie these young kids down because I do not want the likes of teams like Man City, Man United. I don't think Man United right now would be a big attraction, but I also don't want the likes of teams like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid come sniffing, because that would be a massive head turn for players of that level. So let's tie them down. Let's keep them. Let's show our intent to actually give them the support and ambition they want. Because I honestly believe if you've got players come through the academy, you should, if they're any good, right, and they're proving to be very good, reward them. Give them the opportunity. And we could have done that today. And that would at least maybe have pacified some of the anger, annoyance about what we haven't done today. Like, we ain't getting nobody. We never were going to get anybody. I never believed we were going to get anybody. As Matty said, you know, at the start of the window, I never ever thought we are going to get a big name in. The Watkins thing, I think, was just pure bullshit. Personally, I think that was just to try and we did try. We gave it a go, but Kuna leaving Villa, they were never going to sell him. This is all bollocks. I've heard it, and we've all heard it. Kenny, Matty, we've all heard this so many times. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. We did it last year in January, and we did it the year before. We've got no intention of doing the business that we should be doing. But at least we could have said to those two young lads today, yeah, you've done a really good job since you joined the team. We want to show our intent as a club to you and nail you down for 5 years. And I don't know what they earn a week. I don't know if you know, Kenny or Matty, what they earn a week, but I'm pretty bloody certain they're not on 100 bags a week like Nketiah was. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
I think they'll be on academy they'll be on academy contracts.
Yeah, I know.
Start with, and
So change it.
Then
Change it now.
I think what's happened is that I think you'll think at the end of the season, I think there'll be negotiations with the representatives of both players.
Why don't they do it now? Why don't they do it now, Kenny?
You know what they're gonna do? You know what they're gonna do? I'll tell you exactly what they're gonna do. And James, I'll tell you exactly what they're gonna do. They're going to if it plays out this way and we don't win, they're gonna announce those deals going towards the back end of the season, right? That last week or two, to kind of lift spirits, and then start the whole. We sign them and we're getting ready for the summer. That's how they're gonna play it. They're gonna get new deals. It's just a matter of when they're gonna announce the deal. And that, Arsenal loves PR, so that's why I said they'll probably end up doing it right towards the end of the season if we don't win anything.
Yeah, but Matty, if you've got a club like Arsenal, big club, yeah, okay, just show some intent and say, fair play, boys, you've done exceptionally well. Don't leave it to the end of the season or come August. Do it now. Just get them in. We're not buying anybody in the transfer window, right? You knew that, Kenny knew that, Lee knew that, and most of the bloody chat knew that, right? Just say, right, okay, sit them down, negotiate, get them to sign that big deal if they're on academy contracts, as Kenny quite rightly says. Get them on the professional contract, nail them down. Why wait? Why? I don't see the point. Let's do it now.
It's like somebody just said here in the chat. They're gonna have this. They'll have those deals signed, and like I said, they'll announce them. They'll announce them if we go through a rough patch. Just know that they'll put that in the chamber just in case they need to pull out that bullet. They'll pull that out. I mean, that's this football club are the masters of PR. They are the masters. I mean, the absolute best in PR across the entire world. So it would not surprise me if that's how it plays out. Would not surprise me one bit if that's how it plays out.
Well, yeah, I don't get it myself. I don't. But it is what it is. It just says to me that we are slow. I think the word that sums up Arsenal management is lazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're lazy. They have no intent of ambition. If I had somebody in a business that I thought, Jesus, I can't let this guy go. I've got to keep him. I don't want somebody else knocking on the door and thinking, this guy is a bloody hard worker. He's excellent at his job, right? He's top man. I'm thinking, right, I'm going to sign him down. I'm going to get him in, and I'm going to say, right, mate, I'm going to up your wages, whatever, right? Give him something to work for. And we don't do that. I just think we are slack, we're lazy, and sorry, don't get it. I find it very frustrating.
But that's kind of sign I think to come. It's something that we're going to need new ownership, because the whole thing is that it hasn't changed. It was like that under George Graham when he was manager. Terry Neal will have a story to tell about the money made available for players, and even I think all the way down to Bertie's time. Let's not forget Arsenal were ahead of clubs in terms of pay player salaries and transfer fees when they dominated. Now Arsenal dominated in the 30s, and obviously we had after the 30s we had the Second World War. After that, Arsenal haven't dominated, and the way Arsenal do things in terms of like transfer fees, and business. That's all the way. That's about 90 years old. It's going back to the 30s when we dominated. Since then, we've never moved with the times, and that's why, in my opinion, why we do need new owners. So you perspective. We had other owners that Man City have had over the years, and obviously Chelsea with Abramovich, and even these guys. I think you will see a striker. You'll see world-class players. You probably definitely will see world-class managers, but you won't, because Arsenal believe in two things: longevity, and most importantly, classy Arsenal. So that's the thing. It's the Cronkies are a disappointment because they bought into this Arsenal, Arsenal's, how I say it, psyche, the way to do things. They've just copied what's done before. They must love the fact don't have to spend money, just do things the Arsenal way, the right way. And they bought into that nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely spot on, mate. Yeah, and the thing is, like, you're seeing all of these stories that are being put out there, yeah, about Matty sent me one a minute ago. Let me read this out, yeah. I don't know if you read it out. Did you read it out, Matt?
No, I can pull it up. Hold on, I can pull it up.
Yeah, get it on the screen. That'd be great. Big up DJB.
Big up
Well,
DJ.
mate.
Guys, yeah, good evening, everyone. I did, Kenny. Yeah, I did see you yesterday, my friend. Yeah, all good, all good. But
Great.
however,
Yeah, however, no signing still.
however, guys, we've seen this time and time and time again, haven't we? Eh?
There's
How many times have we seen this, guys? Time and time and time again. Here he is.
Go. Not expecting any deadline day drama at AFC. Ben White not far from returning, and Saka due back in March. Really, they were only ever going to pounce if a long-term option become available this window. Arteta is relaxed about the striker situation, with 29 now on 15 goals in all comps.
See, told you.
Yeah. What he doesn't add to that though is 9 goals in the Premiership only.
In February.
Relaxed.
We're in Feb, and Arteta is relaxed. Wow.
Nice.
Mateta's got more league goals than him, and he plays for Palace. Unbelievable, isn't it? Like, whether me and Matty or us guys wanted him to have any more money is irrelevant. Yeah. But the fact that the club ain't doing it tells you all you need to know. They don't care. They've done enough to get top 4 for the next 3 years. Yeah, by giving him all that money, yeah, with the players that are now coming through with Ethan and Skelly, coming through, he's done enough. The Cronky's done enough. He's gone, yep, there's your money. You've got that. We'll just buy one every now and again. Yeah, how is it, yeah? We went into 8 points clear, right, a couple of years back. We bought Trossard. We were in for Mudryk, by the way, for 90 million. But we ended up with Trossard. I was happy with that because Trossard's miles better. We bought Kivior, who we don't rate anymore. So why did we waste 24 million on him? Yeah, and we bought Jorginho. What a waste of money that was. All right, do you know what I mean? Then we go into January last year. Didn't sign anyone, unless I've forgotten. I don't think we signed anyone in Jan. Then it was big summer. We got a big summer coming up, guys. The big summer was Calafiori and Mikel Merino.
Splash cash.
Yep.
And that's, don't worry, guys. We're going shopping in Jan. We're sitting here. We're less than 4 hours to go and we ain't bought anyone. Now it's, we've got a big summer planned. Round and round and round. Do you remember Turkish said years ago, it goes, it's a roundabout, the Arsenal roundabout. It's going round and round and round. The only difference is we're higher up the table. It's the only difference. We still ain't fucking winning anything, are we? Yeah, great win yesterday. Listen, we were all buzzing yesterday. Yeah. But then we woke up today and I'm thinking, right, let's see if we're in for anyone. Let's see if Ornstein's put anything out, or Fab, or any of these people. Nope, nothing. Close the phone. See you later. Check every hour, check every 2 hours. I see all these other clubs paying. Yeah. Said on that graphic there, mate. Yeah. It said if a long-term player turns up. Well, what's Marmoush then?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Jimenez, who's gone to AC Milan, that striker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asensio.
Yeah. Well, what about this guy that Man City have just bought today for 60 mil? Yeah, the midfielder. Because we've got to replace Thomas Partey or Jorginho or both.
You know,
they're out of contract.
You know, Sesko is a long-term option because they just wanted the money. That's it. They just wanted the money.
Where are you with this, DJ? Where are you sitting with this? Like, because I know you said get him to coach his way out of it and all that, which I agree with, yeah. But it just shows the lack of ambition, doesn't it, with the club?
It's something that we should all be used to by now, my friends. You know, it's something that this club has been doing for many, many a year. It's just that in previous managers gone past, when we haven't made the right signings, they've been better than this manager to win a trophy. under George Graham. You know, go back over the years, the managers, but more recently, George Graham, Arsene Wenger, you know, they've made some bad signings. Of course they have. But the difference is the manager's better than the one we've got. So if you add the manager that we have and the lack of signings, yeah, it's all well and good having a night like last night. But the bottom line is we wake up the next day and the Christmas presents are under the bed, guys. You know, the facts are still the same. Yeah. You've got 6 point gap between us and Liverpool, which will probably be 9 points. You've got Champions League coming up. We're 2 goals behind Newcastle going into the Carabao Cup semi-final. So it's all there in front of us, and it all comes down to the lack of signings, the lack of ambition. Call it what you like, either between the owners or the manager, and we're no better off. Yeah, it's brilliant to have a night like last night. Last night, I'll tell you what last night reminded me of. Last night reminded me of going out on a lad's night out and having a fantastic night and then waking up the next day and go, oh, what happened now? Oh, crap, I've got to go to work the next. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. You know, it was a brilliant night out, fantastic. I was proud of the players. You know, everything was brilliant last night. But are we going to be what I wanted was that 5-1 victory and us being 6 points clear of Liverpool. Us being potentially 9 points clear of Liverpool. You know, and at the end of the day, we've got to face the facts, guys. We can't bury our heads in the sand just because we've had a good night out with the lads. You know, you've got to look what's in front of you. And what is in front of us is a goal, is a midfield stroke goal striker that has scored 9 Premiership goals. Yeah? So, you know, that's what we've got. We've got to keep real. And once again, what are we, hour and a half an hour away from the transfer deadline? 2 hours? I don't know. When
11 p.m.
11 o'clock. Okay, so we're hours away. And if we are going to make a signing, it will be a lastminute.com rush by, just to sort of say, oh, we did try and we've got someone in. We'll probably end up with a goalkeeper on loan or something. Yeah. You know, this is what we're.
The mad thing is, we can't even do any more loans until we get rid of one of the 2 loans that we got. So we've got to buy someone. Now, you know, slip his hand in his pocket.
So last night, fantastic. And as I said to you before, I was proud to be an Arsenal fan last night, and I've not been proud so many times this season, but last night I was proud to be an Arsenal fan, and I was proud to be amongst the Arsenal fans and everyone else, and it was a buzz. The stadium was alight. But all the time on the way home, I'm thinking, if only. Yeah? December, Saka got injured. Turned the January window. Oh, if only we done this, if only we done that. Last summer, June rolled into July. July rolled into August. The fixtures came out for the season, 24-25 season. Going into the first game of the season, dropping points against Brighton, dropping points here, getting beaten up by Bournemouth. And straight away, I'm on the train coming home from a 5-1 thrashing against Man City going, if only. And that's where I'm at, guys. Yeah? It's all short-lived with me. I'm over the moon that we beat Man City. Of course I am. I'm over the moon every time Arsenal win, without a doubt. It's not negative, but you have to face the facts. And the facts are this manager and the board and whatever you want to call it. I don't know what's going on between them two because we still don't know the real reason why Edu left the club. None of us know the real facts why Edu left the club. So between the board and the manager, Lee and gents, we still don't know what's going on. And there is a lack of movement, serious movement. I'm not talking about players that might be good, players that could improve the club in a year's time, 2 seasons time. I want something now, a proven goal scorer now. If we've got any chance of picking up any silverware, you know, and that's where I'm at, guys. You know, I don't mean to be negative after last night because I was still buzzing this morning, but I've still got that, oh, if only, you know, and Jez will know and Kenny will know we've seen it time and time and time again in years gone past. And as I said to you, and as I said, guys, the difference is when other managers haven't made the signings or money's not been available for whatever reason, these managers have been good enough to win silverware. The difference is if there's no money and there's no signings, this manager is not George Graham or Arsene Wenger. And that's where we're at.
Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Apparently City fans were fighting in the away end with each other, were they? Big up for them. That's crazy. Yeah. Get these likes up as well. Over 1,000 people in it, not even 500 likes yet. Aston Villa have managed to get another signing. They got Marco Asensio from PSG. He used to be at Madrid.
Yeah.
They got him in. They brought Donnell Marlin in. Who was the other one they brought? They brought somebody else in this window as well. Who was the other one?
Rashford.
Oh, yeah, Rashford. That's it. So they brought 3 attacking players. Whether we think they're any good or not, how have they managed to do that?
In less than 3 weeks, by the way.
Yeah. In fact, they've done all of their business, in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, people say, oh, that's because they got rid of John Duran. Yeah, well, according to all the reports, that still put them on the threshold of PSR in FFP. Well, let's be real with it. This Asensio geezer is on top dollar. Rashford's on top dollar, and Aston Villa are covering 80% or 90% of the wages, I think.
70%.
There you go. Yeah, and he's on 300 grand a week. So how are they managing to do it? Chelsea have just signed a player. A guy from St Etienne, a midfielder, 15 mil.
Yeah.
Like, how are they buying? How's everyone buying? Napoli have just signed a player. All these players that are available.
Milan.
Right, it's crazy. They've just paid for a guy called Noah Okafor. Ain't he a winger? I think he's a winger, that lad. He used to be at AC Milan. Yeah, 2 million loan fee with a 23 million option.
And he's Spurs back in for that Tau, aren't they? Matthias Tau from Bayern.
Oh, they've got him.
He's
done, is it? See, I've been at work, guys, and I've been busy.
It's only a loan. It's not a full fee. It's a loan.
But again, on loan. Why ain't we? What's he doing going to Spurs, who up until the weekend was in a relegation battle?
He turned them down as well, didn't he? He turned them down.
And he turned them down. And we, you know, even if we'd have got him on loan, just as a sort of lift, giving us a backup, give him a go up front, see if he can bang sort of 10, 12 goals in between now and the end of the season. Because I tell you, if he starts scoring for Tottenham, we're going to be absolutely.
Well,
again, told you so.
They said Levy went back to him and said, "Well, I'll tell you what, if you sign, we'll give you a couple of new kids on the block tickets to go watch them this summer."
Yeah. Have you seen Beyonce's confirmed again? She's back again. She's coming back to the spot. I'm not even taking the piss. They announced it today.
I mean,
Spurs have got Beyonce back. You going, Kenny? You going to go and have a little bit of Beyonce?
No, actually, won't lie. 2 years ago, members of my family did that. Members of my family went when she had was it? I think it was on the first day of June. Members of my family went 2023, and they were actually in sort of like near the director's box. And I absolutely loved it, but Jesus Christ! I look at us, and you know I sleep easy because I'm not going to get myself into a commentary because at the end of the day, we all know there's a stumbling block to us getting the players in. It's the manager, and despite we have no idea what happened through there doing Arteta. or what happened with Villa Arteta, what happened in the club. What we do know is that what is factual is that the manager's power base is being cemented. The more people leave their jobs and you're still here, the more say you're going to have, especially if you don't replace the people who've left the club with people of equal stature. And I'm telling you now, Mick Arteta does not need or want Pacific players in his team. He doesn't. He doesn't want anyone. He doesn't. He looks at his squad and he thinks, right, I think this is good to go. And we'll probably wait till summer, just like Pep last season. Pep didn't want reinforcements. Look how that went. Last summer, I heard of the grapevine. Pep, the board wanted to freshen it up after they won their title for the full time. Pep went, no.
Yeah, Pep even said it in a press conference the other day. He said, I thought I had enough. I thought I had enough and it was my mistake.
Well,
now look at them. They've gone out in this January and done 200 mil.
But this is what you're going to get with Mikel at the end of the season. He's going to say the same thing, that he thought he had enough and that he was happy with what he got. He's going to big up Kai Havertz, say he's had a very good season and that he was brilliant for us. But as I said before, the major difference between us winning the league in the last 2 years and, let's face it, this year was two players. Mo Salah this season and the last 2 seasons previous to that, Erling Haaland. And therein lies the problem. And the problem we got is, despite the progress that's shown by Myers Lewis-Skelly, he's not a left back. So we're still going to need a left back. We still need to revisit the Martinelli situation, because the left-hand side is not great. And then we're going to need cover Saka. And then Thomas Partey, man of the match yesterday. If he's not offered a new contract, which is very unlikely, we're going to need to shore up that the number 6 position, because, as I said, Declan says he's number 6, but he's not played there. That's all bit. And if you notice, I didn't even mention a striker.
And you forgot something. You forgot something. We gotta sell before we buy.
That as well. And I was on Dan's show last week. I mentioned that why don't we sell Martinelli, and all the Martinelli lovers were thinking, "No, you can't stay at Slumber." Why not? Why not? If there's a player better than what you've got, you go and buy them. It doesn't matter how much loyalty they give. That's ruthless football. That's what happens in football. Man City did it. Sterling wasn't exactly a crap player at Man City, but he still got replaced. Morris got replaced, and that's what champions
that's the
do.
thing. That's the thing. Madrid do it. Bayern do it. Chelsea did it. The Roman. Man City did it. If there's a player available, and it doesn't matter if you've got a player in that position. You go and buy him. Bayern Munich went and bought Elise in the summer. They got Sane. They got this Tell fella. They got Gnabry. Who else they got? Kingsley Coman. There's 4 fucking wingers they got straight away, and I'm sure they got more. No, do you know what I mean? They got plenty of players. But he was available. Bang, we're going to get him. Madrid do it. Did Madrid need Jude? Probably not. They probably didn't need Jude Bellingham, but they thought, fuck it, we're going to get Jude Bellingham. They got Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, Modric. At that point, they had Cruz as well.
100%.
If
the best players are available,
we sit there and go, why is he going to play second fiddle to Bukayo Saka? Oh, hold on, mate. We're trying to win the side.
Lee, that's modern thinking. We got to get back to. I think the problem we've had at this club, and I think it's like at a lot of clubs. I think this club, especially, we've forgotten what it's like to actually challenge for big trophies and actually win them. We've forgotten what it's like to actually have what we call like a transition period, because we're so tied to our players. Oh, you can't buy this player because it blocks their progress. Why not? Why not? It's nothing personal. It's the fact that you always need to freshen it up. Title winning teams, 2 in, 2 out. That's how you freshen it up. That's how you maintain your standards.
Kenny, look at when Man City did a treble, right? Riyad Mahrez scored a hat-trick in the Cup semi-final, FA Cup semi-final against Sheffield United. That was the first geezer to score a semi-final hat-trick since 1958. The year my old man was born. That's how I remember that. Yeah. And then the next game, they played Bayern Munich, and he was on the bench. Imagine Starboy scores a hat trick for us, and then we bench him. This fan base would be in tears. And then you got the manager coming out with the audacity to sit there a couple of weeks back after Saka's already been out injured for weeks, saying, I think he should go on holiday. He ain't had a break for 2 years. No, why ain't he had a break, mate? You don't fucking rest him. Now there's reports coming out, oh, well, he's back in March. He's back next month. No, he ain't. There's no way he's back in March. And if he is back in March, there ain't no way he should be. Yeah, that guy should be out for the rest of the season. Yeah, the injury that he's done, he'll be lucky if he's ever anywhere near as good as he was before anyway. Yeah, and we're sitting there, well, and Ethan's been brilliant, and turned up pretty much every time he's played. Apart from the Wolves game when he got hooked up at half time, I thought he was poor in that. But you get that, innit? He's young, and he is genuinely a kid. Yeah, but we can't just rely on them two. We'll go and get something else as well. You know, what if Ethan gets injured tomorrow or Wednesday when we play? Then what? Well, we've got Sterling back out there. Don't go and do, mate. This club needs a lot of work, mate. It needs a lot of work. Yeah. And we ain't going to do it. And we'll go out there and we'll sign one big marquee player in the summer and everyone will get giddy. Oh, that's the striker he's always wanted. Yeah. And then we won't win it again. We need a centre-back cover for them two centre-backs. Yeah, because he don't rate Kivior. Yeah, Calafiori's not played at centre-back for us yet. Yeah, Ben White's injured. Yeah, and he ain't any good at centre-back anyway. He's better at right-back. The right-backs were covered, Timber and White. Left-back, we've got Skelly and one other. Oh, that reminds me. Ain't Kieran Tierney supposed to be going to Celtic? When's that happening?
No, they've agreed in principle he's going there this summer. Apparently Mick Arteta blocked his move to Celtic this January.
Why?
He said he needed it. So apparently he needs Kieran Tierney.
For what?
Don't
fucking play him. Exactly, Chelsea. Don't play him.
It was Mick Arteta who blocked his departure to Celtic. He said he'll have to wait till the summer because he needs him.
Yeah, and he's going to go for free, by the way.
Is he on a free?
Yeah, it's going to be free.
He's going
I swear he's got an extra year on. I swear they put an extra year on his contract.
I thought Zinchenko was going in this window as well, wasn't he?
Dortmund, yeah. Oh shit, Tierney is out of contract. I thought they put an extra year.
He's going to go for free, Tierney. We're going to get nothing for him.
That's why they just loan him now.
At one point, he was future Arsenal captain.
Tierney at the back, Gabby in attack. We're on our way to the champ. Oh,
there you go. There you go, Celtic. Thanks a lot. I've treated him like crap. You can have him for nothing.
He's helped me win a cup. I've treated him like shit ever since. He can have him back now.
You can have him back now.
Did you see
25 million quid?
And if we don't offer, sorry, Jess, go on, mate.
Go on, mate. No, he was.
No, I was just going to say.
Go. No, go on, mate. Go.
I was just going to say very quickly, Jez, sorry. If we don't offer Partey another contract, we should offer him a year, because if we offered the likes of Jorginho a year, that's not good. That's not, nowhere near Partey standard. And we offered, what's his name? The Egyptian.
El Neni.
If we offered players like that a contract when they was coming to the end of their tether at Arsenal, surely we've got to offer Partey one. I mean, but he won't. He'll end up going on a free. Go on, Jez.
No, I was just going to say, towards the end of the game yesterday, they were showing the bench, and Tierney was in the second row, of the bench. He just looked so disheartened, so pissed off, and I thought, mate, I hope you have a great time when you go back to Celtic, because you've been so disrespected by this absolute arse-white manager, what you've done to him. And I thought, nah. And this is what annoys me about this manager. He does this, right? And we let him walk out the door in the summer, back to Celtic for nothing. Nice work, Arsenal. Again, nice work. Yeah, you could have sold him this window.
Could have loaned him. Just got a little loan fee for $1 million quid, $2 million quid.
He loaned him, yeah.
Would have paid for the fuel to Dubai and back, wouldn't it?
But you know what? They said they were not going to let players run down their contracts anymore. We're going to change that philosophy. We're not going to have that anymore. And we've done everything but change that.
Yep. Party, Jorginho, Tierney, all out of contract in the summer.
Yeah.
That's 45 million quid on Party.
25
million quid.
On with 2 years left on their contracts, by the way.
45 million for Tierney. Sorry, 25 million for Tierney, 45 for Party. There's 70. Jorginho was 12. There's 80. 82 million quid. We'll let him walk out the door. And we've paid him all over. In fact, we paid Party 240 grand a week. Or 200 grand a week, whatever he's on. Yeah, for 5 years. And now he's walking out for nothing. Yeah, Jorginho's on 100 odd grand a week. Tierney's on 100 odd grand a week. Add all of that shit up. That's well over 100 million quid. Yeah, just off you go. Yeah, the only one who's won something at our club is Tierney. Yeah, and he's treated him the worst of the lot.
Yeah. Yeah. The man's an idiot. Mate. The man is an idiot.
Fulham are trying to sign a winger. Sorry, Jez. Samuel Chukwueze from AC Milan. He used to play for Villarreal under Emery.
Oh, do you remember what he did to us in the semi-final? Do you remember what he done? Yeah, absolutely ruined us in the first leg.
Yep. Yeah. Dragoshin's tore his ACL, so that's Tottenham without a centre back. Although they have just bought a centre back and they're looking at the Sassy as well. Who else is going here? Young lad's gone from Chelsea to Watford. There we go. Marco Asensio signed his paperwork. He's now an Aston Villa player on loan with a buy option. Salary fully covered by Aston Villa, guys.
In the mud, though.
Yeah, they're in the mud. There's a here we go to AC Milan for a midfielder from Monza. How comes all these teams suddenly have got like getting deals done? We've been sat here for 34 days listening to all of these channels, all of these reporters, all these fake journalists that are content creators, gassing up everything coming to Arsenal. And we're literally 3.5 hours away from the window, slamming shuts, and we've got no one.
let's just keep it real. The minute soccer went down, there should have been mass panic to go out and get quality players at this football club. We started the season with 22 players. We were short starting the season. You would have thought that the manager would have learned this lesson when we had players dropping like flies. Nope, they don't. I'm telling you, it's either one or two things. JB, I keep telling you this. Me and you keep having this discussion. I keep telling you this. Either one or two things happened. They told us, man, you have wasted the money we were gonna give you. You bought them 2 players that ain't no good, and we ain't giving you nothing in January. Or this man's just being stubborn. It's one of the two.
Yeah. I think the Cronkies have got a lot to do with it. To be honest, I think they've lost a bit of trust in him. To be perfectly, when he's going to, when they're going to see Tierney go out the door for nothing and players' contracts running down, and then they're not going to cash in on them. And yeah, I think there's bigger problems than what we're led to believe, and all that gets covered up. When you get a result like that last night, it all gets covered up, and it all gets, oh yeah, brilliant. I mean, we had Arsenal fans last night around me saying, yeah, we'll smash Newcastle Wednesday.
Shit.
Okay. We're going to win. We'll claw them points back against Liverpool. I reckon we'll win the league. I reckon we'll go all the way in the Champions League.
How many sherbets they had, mate? How many beers they had?
And I turned round to him and I said, look at the bench. Look at the bench. Look who we've got on the bench. Apart from Wanyeri, we've got 5 defensive players.
Yeah.
Where's the striker coming off the bench to turn a game on its head when it's tight?
It's malpractice. It's like I told y'all this. What malpractice?
It's delusional. This manager has unfortunately turned a lot of Arsenal fans into a comedy show. It's a night out. Going to the Emirates is a night out. It's a night out with the lads. Sometimes the result goes and it's fantastic and we all have a party and it's like, hey. But as I said to you before, you got to face facts. Can you trust Kai Havertz, 9 goals in the Premiership? We get to the quarterfinals or the semi-finals in the Champions League. He's only got the goalkeeper to beat. 5 minutes to go. And if he puts it in the back of the net, we're in the final.
But then our fans, DJ, sit there and say, well, he scored in the final of the Champions League.
How many years ago that was?
And done nothing since.
5 years ago.
That's how you answer that.
No, you listen. Listen.
That is a
Hats
point,
off to him last night. I thought he played well. He worked hard for the team. He scored. He took his goal well when he did take it well. I'm not dissing him at all. All I'm saying is that Arsenal Football Club need a signing. We needed a signing. Everyone's going about we're not signing anyone in January and February. I've been waiting 8 months for signings. I've been waiting since the summer.
JB, we were waiting years for a quality sign.
The last time we bought a striker, Wenger was the manager. Is his last signing, Aubameyang?
Yeah.
They told
we
us.
haven't replaced Aubameyang.
What did they tell y'all? They told y'all in 2019, 2020, 2021, they said we have to get back into the Champions League to do what? Get what?
World-class players.
Yeah.
That's what they said now.
Yeah.
They're coming to this chat league, and that's what they will put over there. Well, what are you moaning about? We got to get back in the Champions League first. Then we can sign world-class players. Well, we not only we've been in it, we've done fairly well. It hadn't got anything. Nothing to show for it.
The thing is, though, guys, is when you look at some of these absolute donkeys on YouTube that talk absolute crap, right? And and I'm talking about 2 female YouTubers, right? And you get these young Arsenal fans follow them like they are an Adonis, right? And you got them, and some of them have never even heard of some of the great players in Arsenal's history. And I'm not going back to the 30s, right, or the 50s. I'm talking about great players, right, from the early 2000s. And they don't know them. They don't know when they played. They haven't got a clue what they did. They don't even know where they played. I mean, that one bird from California, right? When I was on a show with her, right, I was on Pop Disco last year.
Oh dear.
Right, and I said to her, I said, you do remember the double, don't you, in 71? And she went, well, I know of it. I said, you do know the player. You do know the player, right? And I said it to her and the other lady, right? You do know the player that actually scored the winner, don't you? What do you mean? I said, well, you know his name, don't you? Yeah? The blonde-haired guy, scored the goal, fell on his back, arms in the air, like that, yeah? Well, no. I said, well, that's funny that, because he's actually an ambassador at the Emirates. He does stadium tours. And you don't know the name of that player. I'm not saying you should, I'm not accusing you because you weren't born and you weren't there, but surely you know your stuff, don't you? And the other question I said to her, do you remember the iconic goalkeeper we got from Spurs? One of the most iconic goalkeepers who played in the 79 Cup final when we beat 3-2, lost to West Ham and lost to Ipswich. You do know him, don't you? No. I said, well, he's right behind my head. He's right there on my other screen. I said, do you know his name? No, Pat Jennings. Maybe you should learn. And this is what we're dealing with, people. We have these people educating or trying to educate young people, and they know absolutely.
They don't want to know. They don't want to learn, Jez. That's the problem. And their stadium's full of people like that. Then people like yourself, people like Kenny, people like DJ, that have been to games, go to games. Like you gave up your ticket 8-9 years ago, Jez, yeah, because it weren't the same. It's just like fucking people ain't interested. Yeah, and Kenny, you see it in the ground. Just a lot of people are just happy to be there.
I saw it yesterday. When I was coming out of the ground. They'll don't get me wrong, we all enjoyed ourselves, but
yeah,
I could smell out the phony. Like for instance, if you go on like the Disney Channel, they had one of the guys who was on the Disney Channel. They had one geezer. He was in what's it? Top Boy. He was a skinny kid. Yeah. One of the men in Top Boy, and he's trying to talk about football. Please just shut up. I saw an interview with him when I asked him some questions about Arsenal. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. He didn't even know. He's the only connection he has to football is that he was friends with the guy who a young lad who was at Sheffield United but couldn't score a goal save his life. Brewster, friends with Brewster. That's the only connection to football. But it's people like that are part of the problem. They gravitate towards the Disney Channel, and then all you have with people on the Disney Channel, all they want to do is get out content, and impress, Don King, and then see if they can get him on one of their three little watch-alongs, where you know what I mean, where it's just pathetic. It's pathetic, but that's our fan base. Instead of enjoying the game, you've got kids with placards, with the begging, "Oh, please give me your shirt. Oh, please."
Oh, that pisses me off, man. They do that in Spain. They're doing it every game. They should be banned.
But there was a grown man who must have been in his 20s with a placard. I said, "What are you doing?" You're a grown man. I'm thinking, why don't you leave your placards at home and watch the football? Come on, help me out here, man. It's ridiculous.
I've got some news to show you. I smashed his legs up. This is a direct quote from David Ornstein, yeah?
Here we go.
David Ornstein on Arsenal not going for Matthias Tell. Mikel Arteta didn't just want to bring in a body. Watch this comment. Yeah? Where is it? So explain signing Sterling then.
Give me your
mate, isn't it? That's it. There it is in a nutshell.
He doesn't want to bring a body in.
Hey, Lee, we got a lot of bodies.
Yeah, we've got too many bodies.
He doesn't want to bring a body in, but he'll sign Kivior and he'll waste money on Marino and he'll bring Sterling in. I mean, come on.
Unbelievable, isn't it? It is unbelievable. Before we wrap this up, let me grab this membership. Big up Dinesh, bro, for the membership, my guy. What's up, brother? And big up to Jason DaCosta as well. Do you think Arteta can win the Prem with Liverpool? Nope. He wouldn't rotate as much as Slot does. He wouldn't rotate as much as Slot. No chance. But I'll tell you something, if we had Slot, we'd win it. Yeah, and Ethan would have been starting a lot more games. So there we go. Big up to you, bro. But before we do wrap this up, is anyone confident we can beat Newcastle and get through?
Ooh. We can beat them, but the thing about it is Newcastle have lost their last two games at home. They've lost 4-1 to Bournemouth, where Bournemouth were clinical, and they lost to Fulham, where I think they thought they had to win it. But football's a funny old game. The devil in me suggests Newcastle are saving themselves for this semi-final, and who can blame them, mate? They're still there and thereabouts for European football anyway. But for a club who hasn't won anything since 1969, it's a must that they get to the final at least and then give themselves a chance to win the trophy. Now, I'm being mischievous, but Newcastle have the blueprint against us at their ground. So if Arteta takes the shackles off and takes a risk, who knows?
No, we're not going. We're not going.
I totally agree with that statement.
They
are playing for a cup final, and they got it was the carrier bag, wasn't it? They got two and they lost to Man City.
Yeah. Man United.
Man United, sorry. So they're going to want to get a little bit of get some of that back, because this is their best chance, because they're up against Liverpool, against Spurs in it as well on the same night. I think Liverpool will win that personally, but to answer your question, do I think we can get it over the line if we play like we did last night in the second half against Man City? I think we could do it. I do. But it all depends if we get Arteta doing his usual, trying to fix something that ain't broken, sticks party at right back and all this nonsense. You know what I mean? And puts Jorginho in midfield. No.
I think if we get an early goal, not even an early goal, if we're 1-0 up at half time, yeah, I don't even care if it goes extra time. Just fucking manage the second half properly and get a second goal. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it comes in the 89th minute. Yeah, then get it to extra time. They'll be totally deflated and bang them in extra time.
Yeah,
I think we can do it. But
we know what happens.
we ain't doing it. Let's be real. We ain't going to do it. If we do, I'll be shocked. Yeah, I'll be buzzing because we'll be back at Wembley. But
yeah,
but
I think first goal wins it, Lee. I think first goal wins it. If Newcastle wins it, it will knock the stuffing out of us. And I think we'll then revert back to the Champions League and Premier League, and our mind will be on that rather than the cup. They'll know it's done and dusted. I think if we score first, Newcastle might think, well, what do we do? Stick or twist? Do we hold on to the 2-1 or do we go for the third? And that's when they open up, like City did against us. That's when we could pick them off. Yeah. But I seriously think the first goal wins it tomorrow. And if Newcastle score it, it could end up being about 2 or 3 to Newcastle because the players' minds will be, they'll just instantly go elsewhere. They'll go, right, they'll go,
their heads will be in Dubai straight away.
Yeah, their heads will be in Dubai. Their heads will be on the Champions League. Their heads will be on chasing Liverpool in the Premiership. It'll all be over. So the first goal is important. If we can score at any time, going at 1-0 at half time, then Newcastle's got that decision to make whether they kind of hold on to the advantage or go for the third, and that's when we could take it to extra time. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. And it's true what Jez says. I agree with Jez. But knowing this manager, the lads will have a great win. You'll see Ranieri absolutely buzzing with another wonder goal. And he'll probably start him on the bench. And he'll probably play Sterling.
Yeah.
And it won't surprise me if he plays Sterling. And he'll bring Mourinho in for Rice. And this is what I expect from this manager. So fingers crossed, but let's see.
I'll tell you this: the boogeyman is going to be back on Wednesday. Bruno Guimaraes is going to be back, and Odegaard's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
That midfield. I mean, he had a good showing yesterday, but he's going to have his work cut out with that Newcastle midfield. It's the reason why we've only had what is it, Lee? 1 shot in 2 years? One shot
on target in 2 years, yeah.
In 2 years, St. James's Park. And that was with Saka in the team, by the way. So for everybody wants to go, Saka was in the team. And that's how we mustered up. This team is going to be physical. If you want to lob the ball in all day, Newcastle will eat it up. Lob it in, just send it on in. And you'll watch it go right back out the other way.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to coach his way out of this mess on Wednesday.
Oh,
money.
60 mil.
Well, if they finally got a number 6, eh? Well,
60 million, which means Zubermendi's definitely ours in the summer, then, yeah.
I go to Liverpool.
Hey, Lee, your mate Lauren, your mate Lauren, the woolly back. Is that it again?
Yeah.
But looking at this, guys, before we go, this is what I'm trying. This is what I'm saying is, these teams, Liverpool now will sign players. If they win the Premiership, Arnie Slot's going to go, right, I've done this in our first season. I now need to capitalise on this and go again next season. Man City on a rebuild already in January. These players are going to be with them for the rest of the season, and they're going to have the summer to bed these players in pre-season. So they're going to be stronger. So if we don't sign anyone of any quality, we're going to be left behind again. And we'll be back to square one. We'll be having this conversation again this time next year.
No, we won't.
We'll be talking about, can we get into the Champions League then? This at the rate we're going. If we keep going.
I've got one for you before we go. Here we go. Marmoush, 75 million euro. Krishanov, 40 million euro. Victor Reis, 37 million euro. And now they've just paid 60 million euro for that fella, Gonzalez. So 135, 175. Yeah, 200 mil. 200 mil.
How much they paid? Sorry, Lee. Is that how much they paid for Savino?
Yeah.
Jeez.
25 million euro,
Oof.
which is what, 20 million quid, 21 million quid.
Oof.
Yeah, 20 million quid.
Yeah, we can go get Calvin Phillips on loan. There you go.
Mate, and you see this geezer here? Baller. Absolute baller. Echa Messi, bruv. Fuck Echeverry. Echa Messi. He's a proper player, he is. Yeah, better than Odegaard. Yeah, we're fucked because their rebuild's already in place.
Pull up Aston Villa.
Yeah, let's go Aston Villa quick, yeah. Aston. Oh, smash these likes up as well, guys. Aston Villa. January. Let's go. Aston Villa transfers. Right, let's go. All right. Donnell Malin, 25 mil. Who else did they buy in this window? Where is he? Rashford, loan. Asensio, loan. 3 forwards. Oh, that's weird. That's very strange, guys. I didn't think you were allowed to play football after the age of 28. He's 29. I thought you were finished.
Alex Marino.
I thought you were washed. I thought you were done. Ross Barkley, 5 mil. 5 mil. Yeah, this is crazy. Look how cheap they got some of their deals for, though. No.
Yeah.
Like, not saying any of these players are any good, but I mean, Onana for 50 mil is their most expensive player. Maatson, I think they've overpaid for him, but
Good player, Onana. I like Onana.
yeah, he's all right, isn't he?
Yeah.
25 mil for Malin,
Solid.
which is what, 20 million quid. Let's have a look at if they got any out. Okay, so they spent. So total market value of their arrivals is 317 mil, and they spent 208 on them. So that's pure profit then if they want to sell them all.
Well, they got. Remember, they got 90 million for Duran. So
Chelsea, I see as well. I can't find it now. Chelsea are in for another goalkeeper. What's the guy's name? Gregor or something. Gregor Kobel. Yeah, from Dortmund. He's not a bad goalkeeper. Apparently, they're looking at him for 70 mil. How many more fucking goalkeepers? They've got more goalkeepers than us. That is crazy. It's crazy, man. But listen, we are going to wrap. Chelsea are playing, actually. I'm going to watch them play West Ham on the other channel.
Even West Ham got someone in, didn't they? They got Ferguson, didn't they, West Ham?
Evan Ferguson on loan, but there was no strikers available, apparently. And they got Ward Prowse back as well.
Yeah.
Got Ward Prowse back from Forest. But yeah, I'm going to watch Chelsea West Ham on the Reacts channel. Yeah, Savio for 25 mil is an absolute bargain, mate.
Oh.
That is an absolute bargain.
That assist last night, I've got to admit, was...
The way he done it and spun around in one fucking move.
It was his run. It was his run across that completely bamboozled
Party.
Gabriel and then he just got it out from his feet and just clipped the perfect ball.
As soon as he took the first touch on that, I said to Matty, I said, watch this back again. I said, first touch, and notice what he did. He took the first touch, his head's up straight away. Didn't even need to look at. Then he looked back down at the ball. Boom.
Yeah, no, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player.
Proper player. But there we go. Anyway, always a pleasure. Jez, shout your channel out, mate. What you got coming up this week?
Arsenal history and more, mate. Thursday, 6 o'clock. Kenny and DJ, we're going to talk about some of the great Arsenal strikers.
Frank
right on cue, yeah.
Not in.
Yeah, you got to say it. Yes, that's Thursday. Can't do tomorrow night. I've got another engagement. So Thursday, 6 p.m. It'll be an interesting debate between DJ, myself, and Kenny as we give our opinions on our favourite players from the years. There we go.
There you go. Pinned comment, guys. Arsenal history and more. Kenny, always love, mate. Kenny's Instagram's in the pinned comment as well. Kenny Ken 1972. What you got coming up, mate?
Well, I'm with Jez on Thursday and I'm with Dan tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And I think I'm sure you don't have to tell me now, but I think Jez and DJB are going to confirm whether they had a Charlie Nicholas haircut tomorrow. So anyone that's on Thursday, so
Still got it, Kenny. What are you on about?
you're going to find out whether Jez and DJB had a Charlie Nicholas haircut back in the 80s.
Oh, all will be revealed on Thursday.
I showed you a picture of me.
Look at it, Jez.
I showed
You
you.
show it again.
It was the Noel Quinn that tried to copy Charlie Nicholas that got me. And he just didn't look right on Noel Quinn, unfortunately.
I mean, that I showed you. I had long hair then. Proper rocker. In my leather
I had a
jacket.
lovely head of hair until Arteta took over.
I did.
So did
Yeah.
I. Matty did as well. I mean, look at him, poor fella. You know what I mean?
Leah seen me with hair.
I've seen you with hair.
No, quality.
What you got coming up, Matty? Southern Gooner pinned comment, guys.
Yep, Wednesday we'll be back for the Newcastle. I'll be with you, JB, and Ola. We'll be watching that bash on Wednesday, and then of course we'll be going on after that. It's a break, right? We go on break. The guys have to do Dubai, so yeah, we'll be on a break a little bit. So I'll probably do some stuff around the channel and come up with some stuff. But yep, that's it, man. That's it.
And DJ, I know you ain't got a channel or anything, but what
I've
shows
got,
you got coming up?
I'm on with Jez. I'm on with Dan tomorrow with Kenny. I'll be on for a bit with him, and then I'm going to try and get to the watch along at some point on Wednesday if I'm invited.
You're invited, mate. You're there.
I've got something to do. I will join at some point. But yeah, that's what I'm. All good, guys. All good. And enjoyed last night. Hopefully, we can get the result on Wednesday.
Me,
Hopefully.
a quick one before you go, people. Hang on, there's me.
Woo! Look at that. Look at that.
Like, that is a proper mullet.
Yeah, blow that up.
That's Bob Dylan, isn't it? Is that
Hang on, I'll turn the background off so you can have a look.
that's Bob Dylan? That is Jez, isn't it?
That's
I
hilarious.
wasn't into Bob Dylan, mate. There you go.
I'll tell you what, mate. That's a little bit of. Look
Go on,
at
Jez. Look at that mullet, mate. Go
look
on,
at
Jez.
Black Sabbath and JS. That's what.
I'll tell you what. That is honestly. That's Mick Jagger, Bob Dylan, and Kiss all rolled into one. That, mate.
See, I did have
That's quality.
You've matured well, Jez. You still look great, mate.
You look
like a
lovely,
fine
mate.
wine, mate. Like a fine wine.
I'm just watching Girona doing a team huddle, but they're doing it in the dressing room. They're not doing it on the pitch. Anyway, I'm going live on the Reacts channel right now. Chelsea, West Ham,
guys.
and Girona versus Las Palmas. I'm going to watch both at the same time, and then I might be back on here. It depends if we actually I might be back on here. Just do a stream later about the transfers. I don't know. It depends if I can be asked. But keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. I'm going to redirect to the other channel. I'm going to go bathroom, and then I'm going to be there. Before I go,
take care, guys. Love to everyone.
Big up on 115k. Bless up to you, mate. Big up Man United HOJ.
It's Calafiore. Calafiore's in the
crowd. You just need the hairband. The headband.
Cheers. Jez, you look like our new signing, mate.
Sweet Prince.
I'll tell you what. Arteta would have loved you back then, mate. You'd have sold all that merch, all that lovely long hair.
That's class. I think I'll say everyone locked in. It's going to redirect to the other channel. Spam the chat with Lee Raid, and I'll be there in 90 seconds, guys.
Adios, guys.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. All the best. Stay safe.